Good afternoon to you. It's the 21st of May 2026 and this is Good Afternoon Ghana, coming live to you from the Kiabahima studio here at Northridge. Coming up this afternoon. Courts of Appeal orders restoration of the license of GN Bank 7 years after the Bank of Ghana revokes the bank's license. Also coming up this afternoon, we appreciate your time this afternoon. My name is Helena Nyeweja, and we start from here. The Court of Appeal, by a unanimous decision, restored the license of GN Savings and Loans Company Limited that was after a three-member panel of the second highest court quashed the decision of the High Court, which upheld the revocation of the license on the grounds that the decision to revoke the license was unfair and unreasonable. By the judgment, both the decision to revoke the license and the High Court decision to uphold same has been quashed. The court ordered the receiver should also hand over possession, management and control of the assets and other activities to shareholders of the company.
Immediate reaction.
First, let the council say something. Well, so the Court of Appeal said the decision that the Bank of Ghana took to revoke the license was wrong. And so they ordered the bank to reinstate the license. The receiver is now in charge of the bank and all its assets. The receiver was also ordered to hand over all the assets to the bank, to the bank. And the management also to return back to the so we will take the lead with the necessary steps to get a judgment and force it.
What will be the next steps after this?
Well, the next steps is that we need to file the interpretation to the process. So that we still processes to get a judgment.
Well, it's been a difficult, very difficult 7 years. We want to thank family. We want to thank all of our employees. We've had some very loyal, hardworking employees who have stood with us all these years. And definitely we give thanks to Almighty for keeping us healthy enough to be where we are. Because this has been a very tough, very difficult time that we have gone through. It's just unimaginable.
Let's now look at the timeline of events as we turn to our video screens now. Now, GN Bank license revocation, the story so far. January 4, 2019, Bank was reclassified as a savings and loans company and consequently renamed GN Savings and Loans Company Limited. Now, on August 16, 2019, Bank of Ghana revoked the operating license of GN Savings and Loans Company Limited and appointed Eric Nana Nipa as receiver. Now, on August 30, 2019, Group Indium challenged the revocation of the license in the High Court in Accra. Now, on January 24, 2024, High Court ruled in favor of Bank of Ghana. GN maintained that the revocation breached existing laws and appealed the decision. From that, the Accra High Court has admitted NPP Bono Regional Chairman Kwame Bafu, also known as Abronyi DC, 100,000 cedis bail after his remand over alleged publication of false information sparked political controversy.
Those for Kwame Bafu Abronyi moved the application, and the Attorney General did not oppose to the application. Which for us, we felt that it could have been done yesterday, because if they were going to go and come back and say that they have no objection to the application, why didn't they do it yesterday? But be as it may, the court has granted the bail application, subject to some condition that the court has set, which should not be a problem for the accused. So we are happy that his justice has been served, and we have been very consistent from day one that this is a case of misdemeanor, which a bill should not have been an issue at all at the circuit court. But as the trial judge at the circuit court did, which we had to come back to the High Court. Indeed, we find the conduct of the trial judge as unacceptable, in some extent a misconduct. And it's not something that we are going to just let go. We are filing a petition to the Chief Justice to answer for themselves, because they understand that in the case of misdemeanor, bail conditions or bail application is not a major issue. It's not even an issue.
But even
conviction, in the case of misdemeanor, there are cited authorities to the effect that the person need not to be in prison, but may be subjected to a fine. So, if even in conviction, the person will be subjected to a fine, why did you remand the person?
The Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafu, was granted 100,000 Ghana cedis bail with 2 sureties. The outspoken politician had been held in BNI custody after the Circuit Court 9 in Accra ordered his remand over claims that he circulated false information. His legal representatives later filed an application at the High Court seeking to overturn the remand decision, insisting there were no grounds for his continued detention. The development attracted widespread public and political interest, especially after his rearrest, despite previously being granted bail during investigations. Ahead of the ruling, the New Patriotic Party criticized the handling of the case, particularly the reassignment of the matter from Criminal Court 2 to General Jurisdiction 2. According to the party, the move raised concerns about fairness in the judicial process and pointed to what it believes is increasing pressure on opposition members.
From that, residents of Shiabu Beach within the Ablikuma West Municipality of the Greater Accra region have expressed fear of further erosion of buildings by recent tidal waves as they recount losses despite ongoing construction of sea defense. Now, the residents are calling on government to immediately intervene to protect them against the tidal destruction and further loss of properties. My colleague, Eko Sechisaki, has more in the following report.
The impact of the tidal waves is creating more havoc than expected. I'm here at Shiabu, close to the shore, the sea is just some few meters away from this particular structure. And this is the last building that when the sea demolishes, then it means that the tidal waves will be taking over the main road. Just on my right-hand side, we can see remains of what one of the residents told me, that it is a public toilet facility which has been demolished entirely.
These people came from nowhere. We had no public engagement about whatsoever was going on. When you get to Glefe over there, I think we have the same difference talking about the revetment over here. But when they get here, we are the groins over here. And the advantages the revetment has over the groin is that what they told us, the groin is going to attract sediments. But as you can see over here, see the way the sea is gradually eroding the buildings off. See, they have started these groins already. And if we are waiting for the next 10, 15 years, how do you think this thing is going to be possible to survive the buildings along the coastal areas? It's very, very, very risky. So we are pleading with the government to help us.
The sea has destroyed all our houses. At this age, I cannot work and I don't have any money to relocate. We are pleading with government for support. 3 of my houses have been destroyed by the waves. The sea is washing away our buildings. Some buildings on the other side are being protected by boulders, but ours is not being protected. My husband's hotel has been completely brought down by the tidal waves. We are suffering.
I'm currently standing on one of the 7 groins that have been currently constructed by contractors who are constructing this sea defense. And these groins are to protect residents from further destruction by the tidal waves. Construction is currently ongoing, whereas residents raise concerns about how the groins or the sea defense are being constructed. Reporting for Metro Television, my name is Eko Sechisaki.
Afternoon, as hundreds of unauthorized makeshift structures, popularly known as ghettos, along the Dansoman beach have been pulled down by the Abronyi West Municipal Assembly during a special operation exercise in the early hours of Wednesday, May 20. The exercise is intended to clamp down on criminal activities and restore sanity in the area. About 12 persons have been arrested for possessing illicit drugs. My colleague Eko Sechisaki was at the scene earlier.
The demolition exercise, which is currently ongoing at the moment, is being undertaken by the Abronyi West Municipal Assembly in conjunction with national security operatives. I'm being told that this exercise is intended to flush out criminals who mostly come to hide within these areas because of the makeshift structures, which serves as a hub for drug addicts and also the transaction of drugs. The exercise, I'm being told, started somewhere last week, where there have been 8 arrests effected thus far.
The ghetto people are disturbing the community, and sometimes, if you see them around, they have been using knives and cutlass, using motorbikes to rob the community leaders and the people in the community. So this ghetto has to come down so that there will be peace in the community. This thing that we are breaking down, we have to make sure that we are going to form a serious task force. Anybody at all that is having spots or selling drugs, we will make sure we will come over that person. Then the government will take the person to court so that this thing will have to stop, so that our children can get a better future. From here we are going to Glefe. This place is Beach Road. From tomorrow we will continue to Royal, from Royal, then we go to Glefe.
I'm being told that 4 arrests have been effected today, and this is intended to flush out all criminal activities within the enclave. Reporting for Metro Television, my name is Eko Sechisaki.
Let's turn our attention to health now, as a medical doctor and the sister of the late engineer Charles Henry Emisa has filed 20 million lawsuits against 3 of Ghana's leading public hospitals, several healthcare professionals, and the Attorney General, alleging that repeated refusal of emergency treatment led to the preventable death of the 29-year-old brother after a road accident in February 2026.
According to court documents, the 29-year-old engineer was involved in a hit-and-run accident on the Kwame Nkrumah Circle overpass on February 6, 2026. The suit alleges that after he was picked up by the National Ambulance Service, attempts to secure emergency treatment at 3 separate public hospitals were unsuccessful, allegedly due to lack of bed space and refusal to provide immediate care. Dr. Emisa argues that her brother remained alive for more than 2 hours while being transferred between facilities and could have survived if timely medical intervention had been provided. A post-mortem examination reportedly found that he died from severe blood loss and trauma-related complications. The lawsuit follows findings by the government-appointed committee chaired by Professor Jumambedu Akosa, which concluded that lapses by medical personnel at the 3 hospitals contributed to the engineer's death and that emergency treatment could have saved his life. Dr. Emisa is seeking 20 million cedis in damages for negligence and emotional trauma suffered by the family. The defendants have been given 8 days to respond to the writ after service.
Away from that, government has postponed the planned evacuation of its citizens from South Africa, citing logistical and legal requirements that must be addressed before the exercise can proceed. In a press release issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on May 21, 2026, authorities indicated that the evacuation, which was initially scheduled to commence the same day, has been deferred by a few days. The delay is to allow Ghana's High Commission in Pretoria to meet all necessary conditions required under South African law.
According to the statement, more than 800 Ghanaians have registered with the High Commission, expressing their desire to return home following a recent surge in xenophobic attacks in South Africa. The ministry explained that the scale of the evacuation, coupled with mandatory procedures such as passenger screening, multi-agency coordination, and securing flight permits, necessitated the postponement. Despite the delay, Ghanaian and South African authorities are reportedly working closely to streamline pre-evacuation processes and ensure a smooth and efficient operation. Senior government officials from both countries remain actively engaged in coordinating efforts to facilitate the safe return of affected individuals. The government of Ghana has assured its nationals in South Africa that every effort is being made to guarantee their safety and eventual return. It also commended them for their patience and understanding during this period. Authorities say the public will continue to receive timely updates as developments unfold.
Now, government has been urged to give full effect to the Affirmative Action Act by creating an enabling environment for women to thrive. The advice was given by the patron of the National Girls Speech and Debate Championship during the 4th edition of the program.
The National Girls Speech and Debate Championship aims to empower young female students in second cycle institutions discover their potentials and contribute their quota toward national development. A total of 16 second cycle institutions, which include Mauli, KNUST, Asinmanso Senior High Schools, were selected through competitive process to contest in this year's championship. Speaking on the sidelines of the event, patron Leonora Ejako charged young girls to embrace self-confidence.
The affirmative law has been passed, and it includes 30% positions for women in public service. Let us encourage the politicians to move it up. But from what we are seeing, from the number of women that are still sitting on boards, from the number of women that are being selected to positions of power and authority and leadership, it is still not quite enough.
Founder of the National Girls Speech and Debate Championship, Dora Owusu Adoma, has called on corporate Ghana to help empower the next generation of women leaders in the country.
What has happened here today is what we are all expecting, where you see girls articulate their thoughts, speak eloquently, speak with purpose, speak intentionally as well. And this, seeing what we've seen today, started from a place or started somewhere. So we had hundreds of applications from senior high schools across the country. And even the hundreds of applications were just limited to girls' schools and miss schools.
Some participants expressed excitement and called on governments to continue to support the education of the girl child.
Trust my school will do very well. And aside my school winning too, I hope other schools are well prepared for the quiz. And then we are yet to find out who will take the trophy.
This year is the first year that we've participated in National Girls Speech and Debate Championship. So since by God's grace we are able to advance to the next stage of this competition, we are looking forward to improving on our performance and also praying to God that He helps us and He sees us through.
Participating schools were awarded cash prizes and some products from the sponsors.
Now, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Pandit Isiama, says confidence in the banking sector has significantly improved following an increase in investments in the sector. While acknowledging the strength in the banking sector solvency position, he revealed that investments in the sector rose up by over 50%.
The banking sector performance improved significantly. Total assets expanded by 26.6% year on year to 493.9 billion Ghana cedis in April 2026, supported by deposits, domestic borrowings, and shareholders' funds. Asset growth was largely driven by investments, which rose sharply by 52.6% in April 2026, relative to 27.8% in the same period last year. Credit growth also rebounded as financial intermediation improved. The banking sector's solvency position strengthened alongside improvements in asset quality. The capital adequacy ratio increased to 22.3% in April 2026, compared with 17.5% a year earlier. And the non-performing loan or NPL ratio also declined to 18% from 23.6% over the same comparative period. And this reflected a rebound in bank credits and reduction in the stock of NPLs. Nonetheless, elevated credit risk remains a key concern and requires banks strict adherence to the regulatory guidelines aimed at reducing non-performing loans in the industry.
Now, economist Professor Godfred Wokpin has projected that Ghana could return to another IMF-supported program by 2033 if long-standing structural weaknesses in the economy remain unresolved. Now, he argued that trend analysis points to a repeat of the country's historical cycle of economic distress.
Delivering a presentation at the 2026 Axis Pension Trust Strategy Conference, Professor Godfred Wokpin said the country's economic difficulties could continue to reflect the same challenges that triggered earlier engagement with the IMF dating back to the first program application under Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Professor Wokpin argued that repeated IMF interventions suggest Ghana has not sufficiently addressed the underlying structural weaknesses in its economy. He warned that such an outcome could coincide with emerging concerns around the sustainability of Ghana's pension system, suggesting that potential fiscal pressures could deepen if reforms are delayed. Professor Wokpin said recurring economic challenges such as volatile commodity prices, rising public debt, and weakening reserves have consistently contributed to Ghana's return to external support programs. He also highlighted the country's persistent inflation challenges, noting that inflation accelerated from below 1% in 1964 to over 26% in 1965 following the introduction of the cedi. Professor Godfred Wokpin argued that while inflation has moderated in recent periods, Ghana's economic structure makes maintaining low inflation difficult over the long term.
That's where we wrap up for the news update on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Helen Anyeweja. There's more after this break. Do stay.
The ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event ground and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us at 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
Grab your bottle and unleash the taste of Storm Energy Drink. A bold flavor, a big attitude. Feel the vibe, own the moment. It's your time to be different. Storm Energy Drink, make your mark.
Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Launching. BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Study a job-ready university program, BSc Development Economics at the Ghana Christian University College. Job is ready for graduates who possess degrees and certificates in BSc Development Economics, professional certificate in theoeconomy, certificate in theoeconomy with business. Enroll at the Department of Theology and Economics at the Ghana Christian University College, Amrahia, Adenta Dodua Road, Accra. Full bursary is available for BSc Development Economics graduates to study master's program at the State University in South Africa. Enroll now. Take advantage of this opportunity to join elite professionals in economics. Call 0557-351-090 or 0575-633-307 or 030-296-0542. WhatsApp us on 0557-351-090 or you can get in touch online on www.theoeconomy.edu.gh. Powered by the Center for Theology and Economics, CTEC.
Hello, Cook Africa. My name is Mohamed Lamin Diallo. I come from Guinea. I am one of the Guinean community leaders and the president of GMD in Ghana. And today I am inviting all of you to come to Metro TV to see what Guineans are going to cook. We have what we call mango stew. Mango stew is only found in Guinea. And come and see how we're going to do it. we have our Kuga, Mama Yu, the best cook in Africa. He's going to represent Guinea community that day. And it's going to be on the 23rd May at Metro TV premises around 9 a.m. You are warmly invited to come to Metro TV that day to support us and support the event. La Guinée yama no invité fene kotobabi nima kaswa mamubi obri ngamini kumasi bi nafa wafa la Guinée culture masin Afrique be onga masin Afrique be on fatana na badi la Guinée monde sauce ana la Guinée kansane mara hule ni ra fala na fay na to la Guinée nantu donc obri invité fene la Guinée communauté bi ngara kui oramini onga masin on fatana na sinin fikui wassalam. Chicken.
Yeah, you know what to do. Parents, guardians, your Saturdays are about to be beautiful, exciting, and entertaining. On Metro TV, you are going to enjoy what is called massive home entertainment with funny face. I am back again, children. We are about to celebrate in your schools. We are about to dance in your schools. We are about to do everything we'll do in your schools. You will enjoy, I will enjoy, neighbors will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. Children, be ready. We are going to do chicken, cow and chicken, cow and chicken. You just flap your armpit, open it, flap it, open, flap. Yeah. You see me in your school, you just open your armpit and you flap it. Chicken. That's all. You know what to do, my brother.
Time with the Children's President, coming soon on Metro TV.
The world is coming to North America. 48 teams, 16 cities, 104 games, 3 nations, 1 dream. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is here. Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV and Original 91.9 FM.
Habari means hello. On behalf of the Honorary Consul, Honorary Dr. Ken Kwaku, I welcome you to the Consulate of the United Republic of Tanzania in Accra. This year, as Africa celebrates African Union Day, Metro TV are organizing Cook Africa on the African Union Day, and Tanzania and our Tanzania diaspora community will be participating. We are inviting every Tanzanian and every African here in Ghana to be present on the 23rd of May 2026 at the premises of Metro TV, where you have the opportunity to enjoy Tanzania cuisine, ugali, pilau, samaki, chipsi mayai, and the wonderful Tanzanian drinks. Also, you have the opportunity to see Tanzanian culture, our dresses and artifacts, our products, and other things that are of interest to you. And therefore, we are appealing to everyone, come with your family, come and enjoy Africa, come and see culture, come and see diversity, come and enjoy all the food and all the beautiful things that come from Africa. Karibu, ndugu zangu, karibuni kwa ubalozi wa heshima ya Tanzania hapa. Tunawakaribisha kwa tukio la Metro TV. Wanasema kuna mapishi na ni nafasi kwetu kupika vyakula mbalimbali vya Tanzania kama ugali, chipsi mayai, pilau, kuku na vinginevyo. Karibuni ndugu zangu, tuonyeshe utamaduni wa Tanzania na kueneza tamaduni za Tanzania. Asante sana.
A flavor, a feeling, a moment you can't resist. Metro TV is bringing you Cook Africa AU Day on Saturday, the 23rd of May 2026, under the theme My Kitchen and Safe Sanitation. From every corner, every culture, join us at the Metro TV premises. Come, let's have fun, eat, and experience the taste of Africa together. This event is a Metro TV event supported by Metro TV Digital, Original TV, and Original FM.
Right, so welcome back. This is Good Afternoon Ghana here on Metro TV. My name is Desmond Dansoman, and it's a pleasure coming your way. As always, today is Thursday, the 21st of May 2026, and we're live across our social media platforms at Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277. You can join us on there, and also on the multi-TV digital box, and live on radio, also 94.1 FM. So it's just 2 days away to a very, very important event that is happening on our premises here on Metro TV. That is the AU Cook Africa Day. And then on Monday, which is the 25th of May, we have a conversation that we'll be having about WASH. So it's going to be incredible, and I'm excited about when it comes to food. You know that I'm excited about that. So we're going to be talking about that. As you've been seeing on the show, we've been having conversations prior to the event on Saturday. And so this morning, I've been joined by a few women. We'll be talking about their schools and how they are going to participate in this event on Saturday, and also the roundtable conversation on Monday. Madam Rose Gomez is founder of Queen's International School. She's here with me, and also Vasti Ohui Ajo Ahoni is with God's Glory School Complex at Pokwase, and also Mrs. Ritoko is Deputy Head of Department at GH Catering. Welcome to the program. Thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate that you're partnering with us on this great events that we have. And when it comes to food, definitely, it's one thing. But let me begin with you, Madam Gomez. So talk to us about your school and how you got to know about the event, and on Saturday, what we should be expecting.
Okay. My name is Rose Gomez of Queen's International East Legon. Africa is a very, very special part of our spine, because we believe that who we are, we need to nurture it, grow it, and get the children to appreciate and understand and know their role in society and what they need to do to build Africa. We've been following and planning our own programs for a long time for African Union. And when we heard about Metro TV's programs, we thought how exciting. It would be an important thing to join, and we coincidentally had an invitation to participate, and we're very thrilled about that. On Saturday, our children will be here to participate, and are going to stage a play they've written about Africa, and what they think Africa should do to unite and to build up and help them become a more developed country. The title of the play is Africa and Unity.
Africa and Unity. Right. That's a very good thing to know, that you are planning your own thing, and then you saw it, and we also came together and we said, let's do this together. So on Saturday, we're going to be looking for that play. From East Legon, we're going to Pokwase. And hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You too?
I'm okay. I'm very, very okay. Now to Pokwase.
Yes.
Talk to us about God's Glory School Complex.
God's Glory School Complex is a very small school, I see, but big in
right.
How I say it?
Big in vision.
In vision. That's the word.
Okay.
God's Glory started on 3rd September 2013.
Okay.
With one child, and that very day the child was pampered. She had all the attention of 3 teachers. Now, we grew, and we'll talk about that much later on.
Wow. And now there are a
now
whole lot of...
We are more than 200 now.
Wow.
We are now in GHS2. Next year, we'll be writing our third batch of BC.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful to hear.
Yes.
And let's talk about the AU days. Just the same question.
Yes.
How you got to be a part of this event?
Yes. Coincidentally, I was watching television and I felt bored. I said, let me turn to Metro TV. Now, when I turned to Metro TV, they said, AU cook. I said, wow, this is for me. This is really for me.
Okay.
So, because of that, Saturday, I'm coming with these very able teachers, dynamic and awesome teachers. They're coming to celebrate.
Yeah, you're going to celebrate the day with us because for viewers out there, if you're not coming on Saturday, you're missing out because we're having over 20 embassies joining us. The various communities in Ghana are coming around. Yesterday, you saw that I spoke to the Benin community. They are coming to cook some akplan and a wakplan and some other dishes. So you don't want to miss out on that. So let's get to the GH catering. Deputy HOD is here, Mrs. Rita Oko. So for you, we'll say Fienipa. We've been working, together for a while now. But on Saturday, as we talk about AU, and of course, food is one of the, when it comes to diplomacy, it's one of the things that helps, with that. What are you hoping to do on Saturday as we mark this day?
Okay, so on Saturday is really going to be a big event, and 5 production houses are coming together to compete against each other.
Okay.
So we are preparing Ghana Jollof.
Oh, Ghana Jollof.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know, and everybody loves Ghana Jollof. We have adopted different recipes when it comes to Ghana Jollof.
Okay.
So my students are coming in to give us something sumptuous when it comes to Jollof. Yeah.
Okay, great. So GH Catering actually is part of GH Schools. So that's it, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So if you pass by the Achimota,
right?
You see some of the students in their
white.
Yeah. You smell something nice usually around the area. And so Saturday, they're coming to make sure that all the 5 production houses are cooking Ghana Jollof?
Yes, please.
Okay, and then we'll have to choose. Okay. How do you like your Ghana Jollof?
We like it a little spicier, and since it's a one-pot dish, so there will be some veggies, some protein, and then some nice sauce to go with it.
You know the jollof that's a umbu amane kakra big gum,
Yeah.
Now the beef kakra one or some style, I'm looking for that one.
Yeah.
If anybody prepares that on Saturday, I'll judge the person as the winner on Saturday. But we're talking about food here because I was talking about diplomacy, and this is a very good opportunity because amongst countries now, everybody's coming up with ideas in how to interact with one another, and we're bringing together various nationals coming onto our compound here. When it comes to food, and Madame Gomez, what if you were to prepare any meal for any foreigner who would visit your school, what would it be?
Interesting question. I will go for fufu with palm nut soup.
Fufu with palm nut?
Yes. Fufu with palm nut, just like any other thing we do, for instance, in education, we all have our culture, we all have our recipe, we all have our methods, but there is always one special, unique thing that makes you special. And I'll take Queen's as an example. What we do at Queen's, it's so unique in so many different special ways because we don't think education is just the textbooks. Beyond textbooks, we get our children to do several things. They swim, aerobics, robotics. We do farming. We actually take them to farming sites, so naturally they can actually see what the earth gives and what the book says. So comparing what the earth is giving them and what the book is saying, it makes learning a lot more fun and interesting. So they understand and believe that, yes, what is in the textbook, the content, the method, and the results are the same. And that's why I'll do fufu with palm nut soup.
Wow.
The combination of all these things that makes it unique.
Well, I like the idea and how you put it together. But my fufu is a groundnut soup.
Palm nut soup.
Yeah, I'm a penkatin kwankaka. Na I want chicken kakra, salmon kakra.
Tuna kakra.
Tuna kakra, you know. So me Saturday, I'm just coming around and I'm eating everybody's meal on Saturday and to enjoy that.
And there is a better combination: the granite and the palm nut, the goat meat, and all that makes it.
Hey, mommy, A's can make a day. When do we all do? No, but that's what we are doing to celebrate Africa on Saturday. Let's go to Pokwase. Madam Vashti, so on Saturday you're coming with your teachers. We're having some of the students joining.
Yeah, one child.
Okay, coming in, and are you also going to? Are you preparing something? Are you bringing us something?
I'm going to eat.
Oh, you're coming to. I like that.
I'm going to eat,
like
and
that.
I have my taste.
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Okay.
Now I would like fufu and a bunubunu soup.
Wow, I've been craving that too.
With snail
and wow,
and river fish, dry one.
Producer, after the show, you owe me fufu and a bunubunu. Let me taste that today. Wow, that's nice though.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
With turkey berries.
Turkey berries there.
Hosusa.
Right. Hey, mommy.
And granite kakra.
You know, the way everybody is saying this, I would have to visit every school.
You have to.
Yeah, and then I'll come and eat something from every school.
You have to.
But when you look at your teachers and your students, a lot of times there are conversations about how teaching, education, the standard is, all of that falling, and we are being compared to some other countries and all of that. And as Madam was saying, it's not just about what is learned in the classroom, but now the kids are on social media. They need to understand what is happening around them. For God's Glory School Complex, how do you approach that, with the teachers, with the students?
Thank you very much. We believe in learning through play.
Okay.
So we do a lot of practical work. And we have extra curriculum that we do various things for that. And we are thinking of adding TVET to our program.
Right.
It's in the pipeline.
Right.
So after you've left DHS, you have something to work on.
Right.
You have some hands-on activities.
Hands-on training.
So that you'll not be burdened to your parents.
Yeah.
You already be earning some dollars, not CDs.
You'll be earning something, before you get. That's very true. That's very true. That a lot of that is not happening now, But yeah, after this, I'm sure we'll all have conversations about that, and even on Monday also the conversation about water sanitation, all of that. Very, very important. GH Catering. So you teach the students how to. To become caterers and all of that. Let's talk about sanitation and weave it in there, because what we are eating goes into our stomach, and any food that is not prepared with the best of hygiene becomes a problem. How do you deal with that as we even look into Monday to talk about water and sanitation?
Yes, so as a school, we are very keen on sanitation. Food safety and hygiene is very important. So we teach our students that when you're preparing food, you must make sure you dispose your garbages well so that you don't end up contaminating what you are cooking.
Okay.
Because we know food is medicine, so what goes into the stomach must be treated well. So when we cooking, we make sure all those rules are being applied. Yeah.
Okay. That is very important, because you cannot come and eat, enjoy the meal for that moment, and after that you're feeling sick and all of that. So on Saturday, 5 production houses coming together to cook Ghana Jollof and find out who's going to win that. Yeah. Any final thing you want to say to viewers out there, to the production houses who are watching, and tell them, come with your best so that you can win on the day?
So my students watching me, King's Production, Royal Production, Abronyi Production, Laws Production. Make sure you fasten your belts, come out with all that you can to make sure you bring the crown to GH Catering School.
Fantastic,
Thank you.
fantastic one there. Madam Gomez.
AU Day is a great idea of bringing Africa together. I think this is the time to get our children, to get all the nations in this continent to have a common understanding. And my message is inviting everyone around to come over on Saturday to witness all the special culinary skills and spices and taste of food that will be on the table.
Yeah.
The display of these foods will tell us the differences we have, only in what we do, but not in who we are. So Ghana, Africa, we're inviting you all to be here to enjoy and also celebrate this beautiful union.
Fantastic there. Madam Ahoni.
Thank you very much. Now, to everyone, Saturday is going to be very, very great. Our families, our schools, the general public, come to Metro TV and you see wonders.
Yes. You see wonders, food wonders. That's all we do. But I have a final question, though. Which country on the continent would you want to taste their food? For me, I think I've watched a couple of videos, and the way Nigerians hail amala, and I've seen it. I think I'd want to try it and see what it tastes like. Any country.
Have you tried ayikple from the Volta region?
Yes, I'm half ONC and okay. So I think I want to try amala from Nigeria. I've tried the Senegalese jollof. It was nice also. Which country? Which food?
I would like to try the Nigerian jollof.
Nigerian.
Nigerian
Okay.
jollof.
Okay. It's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice.
Jollof.
Oh, it's not nice.
to see how my taste bud can actually confirm and help me to make a decision about the Ghana jollof and the Nigerian jollof.
Okay.
And GH Schools jollof.
Okay.
We'll be the tester.
Yeah, we'll use that to say, but Madam Gomez, I can tell you on authority when my food says Nigeria jollof, don't try. Guys, we did the jollof festival last year, I think in October, somewhere. Jollof na here. We can't trees and among tears here. The Nigeria jollof, the crab. And I've asked you any food that you've had in mind that
I also go with Nigerian food. Amala. Very, very nice.
Oh, okay. I would have to try.
I once stayed in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
2 Lady states.
Hey, you went to Okay, right. That's nice. So on Saturday, we're here to taste all of those foods. So thank you so much for coming. We're grateful that you're joining us on this particular event on Saturday. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us Saturday, make your way to our premises here at North Region Accra. If you're coming from Circle, when you go past Mobile, then you get to the Teachers Junction, just opposite GBC. No. The Mobile, if you're coming from Circle, when you get to the GBC Junction, you just take a right. You're going towards Alisa Hotel. We're just adjacent Alisa Hotel and also plus 233. So you can just find us here at Northridge. Come and be part of this amazing event. And then on Monday, we'll have a conversation about water and sanitation. Very, very important one there. So please come. The embassies are coming. The communities, from other countries are coming to cook. There's going to be smelling a lot of aromas in the air. It's just going to be beautiful. If you miss out, voila, that's all I can say. So thank you very much.
In all?
Oh, I'll try not to eat from tomorrow to Saturday.
Okay.
To Saturday, I'm sorry, I'm not Mijinado.
Okay.
Then I'll come here, finish everything, and then I'll go home. Then I'll ask for 1 week leave again from work so that I can go rest.
I pray your head will allow you.
Yes. So thank you very much for coming. Madam Rose Gomez is founder of Queen's International School, is Legon. Madam Vashti Ohui and Joe Ahoni is with the God's, you are the proprietress? Yes, of God's Glory School Complex from Pokwase, and Mrs. Rachel Ko is the Deputy Head of Department for GH Catering. So see you on Saturday. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're talking about a concern that has been around for a while. So you remember the banking sector cleanup that happened a few years ago. Well, some customers have still not had their monies in, and I'm talking about those with a good cause fund management. The aggrieved customers are at it again. They're calling on government to heed to their pleas and pay them the amount as it was promised them. They say that they've released or they've received some of the payments, but there is more that they're expecting from the government. After the break, we'll get into that conversation. So stay with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Desmond Okreko, so we'll be back shortly.
A flavor, a feeling, a moment you can't resist. Metro TV is bringing you Cook Africa AU Day on Saturday, the 23rd of May 2026, under the theme My Kitchen and Safe Sanitation. From every corner, every culture, join us at the Metro TV premises. Come, let's have fun, eat, and experience the taste of Africa together. This event is a Metro TV event supported by Metro TV Digital, Original TV, and Original FM.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning, my son. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Mom. How about you?
I'm fine.
Joe, I just saw your mom doing her usual morning routine. Like, it was just 2 weeks she underwent a major colon surgery.
Bro, see, my mom is doing perfectly fine, and we're all excited about it. It was minimally invasive surgery, and the recovery has been very fast.
Minimally? Hey! No, wait. What do you mean by that?
So they offered my mom a laparoscopic colon surgery. Laparoscopic colon surgery, which we accepted. It turned out it was equally safe with a very fast recovery time, and the cost involved too was very, very reasonable. She was discharged 3 days after the surgery, and you can see her, she's on her feet again.
3 days?
Just 3 days, bro.
Mean Tuber Hospital, first Ghana colorectal center, aimed to serve a peculiar health need.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
This Easter, Estate Masters Limited is giving you more reasons to celebrate in our extended Easter promo. Secure your dreamland at Nest Cottage, Chapoli with a massive 15% discount. or choose Palm Hills, Gomwa Pamfukrom, also at 15% discount. And for lovers of the coast, Coastal Park Ningo Prampram awaits you at 10% discount. Plus, enjoy free site visits and free documentation because we make land ownership simple. This Easter, don't just celebrate, invest in your future. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
Time has come again. We're going to celebrate our great continent, Africa, and the Union. On the 23rd of May, there will be a grand mega food exhibition at the Metro TV premises. You're all invited. We're going to be there. Everyone at Queen's International, parents and the children and the teachers will be uniting strongly behind the celebrations to celebrate our great continent. We're inviting all of you to be present. There will be different recipes from all over the continent. We will be present. My name is Rose Gomez of Queen's International, East Legon. We're inviting you all to come, join us, celebrate, eat and enjoy all the great things that we have. Not just food, I'm sure there will be lots of other things, culturally, program, entertainment, and we hope to see you and enjoy the day together.
Production houses, one kitchen, one competition, and only one group will take the crown.
At GSUs, we believe our students must shine, both behind the cameras and beyond the classroom. Our level 300 production units, together with our catering students, are proud to represent GH Schools at the Cook Africa program brought to you by Metit.
King's Production.
Hooray!
King's Production is entering into the kitchen with energy, confidence, and fire.
Get ready because King's Production is about to turn up the heat in the kitchen like never before.
From our presentation to our colorful combination, every single dish is going to prove a reason why King's Production stands out amongst all. King's Production,
we reign!
King's Production,
we care to win!
Greatness is not announced, it is felt. And when Lord's Production enters the kitchen, everyone feels it.
One shouting, one shouting.
We didn't come to impress, we came to rule. Others are coming to compete, we are coming to conquer. In a kitchen filled with competition and pressure, Lost Production rises against the odds. Lost Production!
One shouting!
Lost Production!
We rule!
Nobles Production!
Nobility at its best!
Lights on, aprons on, Nobles Production is ready to serve excellence.
See you on 8 Africa.
Nobles Production.
Nobility at its best.
Abronyi Production.
Abronyi Production.
From
storytelling to spicy flavors, Abronyi Production brings you the heat.
Entishel Metro TV. Fueni Beshadie, Wasubeti Asemo, Unibe Biane de Naye Babe, the part touch them with the advance yes, Ampa Abronyi for Nyam Kunibifwa.
It's Africa.
We are ready. Say Kutu.
When passion meets culture, when creativity meets flavor, one team stands above the rest.
At Royals Production, creativity is our language and the flavor is our signature. Kings may rise,
lots may speak,
nobles may compete,
Abronyi may appear,
but the crown is for Royals. Royals Production.
Face the power.
Royals Production.
Feel the culture.
Royals Production.
We make it.
This is more than a competition. This is creativity. This is teamwork. This is GS Schools representing on the national stage. Cook Africa, Eat Africa.
On the 23rd of May 2026.
Right, welcome back from the break. This is Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV. Welcome to live from our studios here at Northridge in Accra and transmitting across our social media platforms, Metro TV Ghana, DSTV channel 277, and also we are live on 94.1 FM on the radio. We're getting into our next conversation. I gave you some bit of that earlier, but you remember that in 2017 to 2019, there were some, or earlier, there were some banking reforms, the banking sector cleanup. We all remember that, right? So that was when the Ghana Amalgamated Trust was set up to help save and also recapitalize indigenous Ghanaian banks that were struggling to meet the new minimum capital requirements introduced by the Bank of Ghana. So a number of banks were supported in there. And with that also, you had people who had their monies locked up at some of the institutions that were found in the banking sector cleanup. And one of them, as you remember, is the Gold Coast Fund Management. And, well, they are at it again because the aggrieved customers are saying that there's been so much delay in the monies that are supposed to be given back to them. And let me just read some of the letters that in the past year they have sent to the authorities to work on this particular one. So I'm just going to go through that and then I'll introduce my guest to you. So that is July 2025. Let me read this. In July 2025, there was a statement from the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management, and they were, sorry, so that's November 2025, I beg your pardon. So they were asking for a request for an audience to address the prolonged crisis affecting aggrieved Gold Coast customers. And they wrote that we, the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management, respectfully write to request an audience with Your Excellency to discuss the unresolved national issue regarding our locked up funds, the severe hardships we continue to face, and the need for clarity on the policy direction of your administration regarding a fair and lasting solution. And it continues that during the presentation of the 2026 budget statements, we observed with deep concern that no dedicated line item or program was included to address the outstanding obligation owed to affected Gold Coast customers and other distressed investors. Given the magnitude of this national matter and the expectations created in the lead up to the 2024 election, this omission has heightened our anxiety. And they go on, and this is what they were asking for, that the full extent of the hardship and losses suffered by affected customers across all regions of Ghana. They wanted to let the president know that. Also, a factual chronology of regulatory actions, decisions, and outstanding obligations that require urgent national attention. Potential workable pathways for resolution, including financial, administrative, and policy-based mechanism that can bring closure to this long-standing matter. So these are the things that they were looking forward to from the president. And Charles Nyame is the convener for the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management. He signed this particular letter and several others that they had written. He's joined us here. We're going to speak about the situation, how it has been so far. I mean, I'm sure many of us must have forgotten about the situation, so we'll get to talk about it again. Mr. Nyame, welcome to Good Afternoon, Ghana. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Desmond, and greetings to your viewers.
Right. So this must be very disheartening, and for yourself and the many other people who are caught up in this. I'm sure every day you wake up with a lot of, is this going to happen? Are we going to get our monies back? If you take us back a little bit in terms of how much, and you can use yourself, in terms of how much you lost to Gold Coast Fund Management, and even when there were directions on how, the repayment should be done and all of that, how have you taken all of that when it happened?
Thank you very much. To take you a little aback, this whole problem came to the light of the public during 2018, in 2018, when the new government, that's the then NPP government led by the former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, gave directives through the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Bank of Ghana upon a letter that was issued by IMF, upon a warning that was issued by IMF to the previous government, the then government that was the first regime of this current president, President John Dramani Mahama. There was an IMF instruction letter that Ghana should restructure our financial sector because there are a lot of malfeasance within the financial sector, and the sector was heading to the drain. And when that was done, the previous administration did something but little. So the then President Nana Addo Dankwa gave a directive to close down some institutions that they feel they have flouted some regulatory rules and other things, and they have liquidity problems and what have you. And that brought the whole problem. We believe that the approach for which the then government used was very wrong, because
the approach the previous government
used. Yes, there was a needful need for we as a country to take a bold decision to restructure our financial sector. But approach was wrong. Approach was wrong in a sense that as it was done with the CBG, Consolidated Bank of Ghana,
yes,
likewise approach, that workable approach could have been done with the other institutions. You put them into a group, you appoint it into a new administration, you invest the money in it, people's job will not be lost, and customers would also feel the loss of their investment. But they choose to collapse the institution, sack the workers to go home, and use taxpayers' money to pay. And this was a decision of a government. They had other options, which they have tried, and it has worked with the CBG. But they chose to do this to other companies. Then they started paying. They roll out a bailout package. A bailout package, and there was assurance that no investor, no depositor was going to lose any of our deposits and investment. And for that matter, as we speak now, an amount close to 30 billion Ghana cedis was used by the previous government to clean up the sector. Meanwhile, according to other sources, the nation could have used lesser amount to have done it in a different way, as I was just saying. But it was a decision of the government to do that, and it was a policy, a bailout policy, to help pay the depositors and investors. So a validation was done in 2019. We did the government did a validation through PwC at the instruction of Securities and Exchange Commission, the regulator. And after the validation, some amount of payment was done through a bailout package. And it was the plan of the then government to do it continuously.
When was this?
In December 2020, the first amount of bailout package was extended to the government, to the victims. And that was capped to, that's 50,000.
50,000.
It means that if you have investment below 50,000, you get everything. If your investment is more than 50,000, you just get 50,000. Then you wait for another time when payment is being done. So that amount was paid to the customers, and
you received yours.
Yes, and others, our members received that amount. We can't deny that fact, and it paid off quite a number of our members. Those who have investment portfolio lesser than the 50,000 were paid off, and then subsequent budget, there was an allocation in the budget to address our issues.
Yes.
But we never saw any payment. And we have kept asking, where did the money go? Those monies, allocation. So fast forward to 2024, we petitioned the then parliament. And as at then, Honorable Atuforsen was the deputy finance minister. Oh, it was the, he was the minority leader.
Yes.
And our petition was led by Honorable Mahama Yarga. And we believe that in Parliament, no member of Parliament can just get up to do anything without the approval of the majority or their leader, that their caucus leader.
Yes.
So we believe that Atuforsen assigned Honorable Mahama Yarga to lead our petition. So when the parliament set up the committee, it came out that the government has to pay the debt. And for that matter, in that mid-year budget, that 2024 mid-year budget, after the parliamentary committee has submitted their report to the House, an allocation of 1.5 billion Ghana cedis was made in the 2024 mid-year budget to address our issue. And in that allocation, it was arranged to be paid in 3 tranches. Okay. That is the first tranche supposed to be, that was 700 million, and the subsequent 2 tranches were supposed to be 400 each. And the last payment was supposed to be done by the close of 31st December 2024. But to our surprise, when the first tranche, the 700 million, was released and disbursed, we never saw the other 2 tranches being released. But lead up to the 2024 elections, there were a lot of engagement by the then running, by the then
presidential candidates
of the NDC, of the NDC, with us. And upon the engagement, we made him understand all our issues, and he came out to make an emphatic promise. That was during the adoring of the running mate, Professor Jenana. And at that day, the president said that when we vote him into office, within his first year in office, he is not going to put together any long-term payment plan to worsen the situation of the victims. He will pay every locked-up fund to every investor or depositor. And that was emphatic. It was emphatic. And based on that, we also whipped our members and the victims in the light to vote for the presidential candidate.
So that's why you voted against the NPP?
Why not? Because the issues had been pending for over 7 years, and we have a government who established a payment plan and defaulted many times. So if someone is saying that if they couldn't use 7 years to pay you, vote for me. When I come, within my first year, I will pay everything to you. We just grabbed that opportunity and hoping that he would do so. So fast forward, during 2025, the budget, there was a hint. There was an allocation termed legacy arrest for payments of legacy arrest, which was around, I think, 8 billion Ghana cedis, and they mentioned NIB, the revamp of NIB and ADB, and the payment of arrears for victims of financial cleanup exercise. So we thought that the government was going according to his promise. We started following up, and what we were told was that the appropriation bill did not capture the full amount allocated, and for that matter, our payment cannot be effected. Meanwhile, we saw money being advanced from that same allocation to the NIB to revamp it.
Right. So Charles, let's take it. I've got a number of questions, so let's take it one after the other. So the last time there was any payment, was that 50,000 you're mentioning?
No.
Okay. So that was the very first one.
Yes.
50,000 in 2020.
Yes.
You received that in December. Yes. When was the next one?
The next one was 2024.
2024.
Between September and December.
September and December. And was that also capped like the first one?
That was not capped. That was done based on some investment ratio.
Okay.
That some got even as low as 5,000, depending on your amount there. So that was not capped. And some got 30,000, 20,000, and what have you.
You got yours?
Yes. Many other also got yes.
Okay. How many people are we looking at?
When we talk of after the validation, according to the records of Securities and Exchange Commission through PwC, they validated claims over 120,000. And as we speak now, the current SEC boss, according to him, they are still validating claims.
The claims are still being validated.
It's being validated. It means that, you see, Gold Coast was in existence for over 20 years. And it invested cash across all walks of life.
Yeah.
We have farmers, we have teachers, and some people, they don't come to town when they sell their cocoa is when they come to top up whatever they have. So some people, they don't get the news as early as some others got it. So as and when they get the news, they also carry their documents, looking for where the validation
and validation will be done for them.
So the validation is still ongoing.
Okay.
But the last time that I communicated with the SEC boss, he said that we have the remaining validation that was done with the previous government. We have left with about 23,000 for only Gold Coast Fund Management customers.
Okay.
And let me make this point. Among all the institutions that fell under SEC, Gold Coast Fund Management has the biggest portfolio, over 2/3 of the entire financial sector under SEC was with Gold Coast Fund Management. So you can't say you are paying others without paying Gold Coast. It means that you are paying nobody.
So whilst we were speaking, I was trying to get the information from SEC's website, and this is 2024, 12 September, where there was an announcement of the release of 1.5 billion cedis to investors affected by the 2019 Fund Management Industry License Revocation exercise. So that's the second one you were talking about.
But only 700 million out of that money was released and disbursed.
Only 700 million cedis was disbursed out of the 1.5 billion. What was the reason?
In fact, after this government took over, we engaged, and leadership of the group, we met with the Controller and Accountancy General, the one in charge, Mr. Akosieje, and the document he gave us shows that it looks like the then government was just doing partly lip service in the public. Because the document they forwarded to the Controller Accountants General Department captured only 700 million to be released, which is the first tranche.
Because that's what they've written here.
Yes.
That a total amount of 1.5 billion cedis will be released in 3 tranches, commencing with the first tranche of 700 million in August 2024.
That was done.
So that was done. 400 million cedis each in October 2024 and December 2024.
That was never done.
So the first was done, the second and the third was not done. Was that going to be the final bid for you?
No. If this had been released, the outstanding was going to be around 3 billion Ghana cedis, with not entire financial, with only institutions under Securities and Exchange Commission.
Okay. So the statement from 2024 continues that the 1.5 billion cedis is in addition to 4.46 billion cedis previously released to affected investors with examined claims. The bailout money released so far has been used to pay a total of 84,202 investor claims of the failed fund management companies, out of which 69,445, that's 82% investor claims, have been fully settled.
Yes, that was a projection that they made with the payment, with the total payment of the 1.5 billion, if that had been released and paid. But the subsequent 800 billion, which is supposed to come in 2 tranches, were not released. So these projections were the numbers that they would have paid after the disbursement of the entire 1.5 billion cannot hold now.
Okay. So have some people been fully paid after the first 2 tranches?
Sure. Those who have investment below the capped amount and the threshold that they set, those people were fully paid.
Okay. Charles, I'll get to the letter you wrote, but I want people to understand what yourself and your friends have gone through over the past years. Have you dealt with this, with life, knowing that your savings were locked up somewhere, things that you've had to forfeit because of this, people, monies for health, future, all of those things? Have you dealt with that? Any experiences?
Yes. You see, as you said, it is very disheartening. If you look at the composition of our group base or the customer base of Gold Coast Fund Management, about 80% of the customers were retirees. They were on pension.
Okay.
So, and most of them, when they got their pension lump sum, the huge amount of money that is given to every worker before your monthly stipends, they went and top it up with their life savings that they have done with Gold Coast. Some of them were even about to start building for themselves after they have gone to pension on all these monies were invested in there. Some of them were at the point that they had to roof their building and the money were there because the collapse came abruptly. So people couldn't have the time to go and withdraw their money. So if you look at the composition, if we have 80% of our customer base being retirees and on pension, as human beings, as we grow, we have a lot of health issues. And most of these aged people were depending on the monthly stipends that comes out of the accrued interest to seek medical attentions, to take care of petty things. We have people who never gave birth, and therefore they saved towards their latter days. And because of this, if you look at some of them, their conditions, I'm sorry, I couldn't forward to you some of the footages that we have. We have compiled some sort of a documentary on ourselves addressing or looking at some of the dying issues of our members. There is one man who died early last year. He's in Obuasi. This man was an Anglo-Gold worker. He worked for over 30 years. When he was going home, all the money that he got and even the lifetime savings that he made was sent to Gold Coast Fund Management, because at that point, that place was one of the trusted places that you can save your money, you can invest your money. And when the revocation of the license came and the company was collapsed, this man fell sick and he couldn't get money. If I show you the footage, what the man went through, he was ejected from where he was renting, and he went to stay with her daughter, who was now learning a trade of braiding hair, single room, and the man was lying on the floor. I have the footages here. It is on my phone right now. I can forward to you if they can play.
So you can share that.
Let me share that with you. So if you look at what the man went through, and when the daughter was tired and couldn't do anything, the daughter reached out to us, asking us to help to take care of the father. What can we do? We can just do but little.
Okay.
And we did what we can, but at the end of the day, the man lost his life because some government decision put him into condition where all his lifetime savings he couldn't access to take care of himself
Of that.
when he
needed the money most.
When he needed the money.
Well, if you just tune in, as Charles is getting to that, I'm just.
I've forwarded to Tina.
All right. So there are a number of letters. I mean, I can see from June, October, and then eventually to December, when you had written for audience with the president. And I know that this is just a story that you have shared, but there are many others.
Many others.
There. Do you believe there is hope in the recovery of your monies?
There is hope, and we believe
almost
that
10 years now.
We believe that the finance minister would change his position. He would change his position, because you see, there's no point in whatever that he's saying. I've said on different stages that the finance minister is not being principled. He's not being principled in the sense that even when the previous government took over and all this bailout package was being done, at the initial stage, you were the ranking member on the finance committee. You could have raised objection, but you gave your approval to all the allocations and all the policies that sought to pay the customers off.
Yeah.
You didn't raise any objection. I would have expected that at that point he would have come out to say that government shouldn't have taken this responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the government.
To do that.
You kept quiet. You gave your approvals. You fought for us in Parliament when we petitioned the Parliament.
In opposition.
In opposition.
When we were petitioning Parliament.
You fought for us. The Honorable Mahama Yanga, the current majority leader, was assigned by the present finance minister to be our spokesperson. We petitioned the Parliament through him. And as a caucus leader, you gave him your approval to do that work on behalf of the suffering Ghanaians. And the president also came out boldly during the 2024 elections to announce that when I come in my first year in office, I will pay all this money. Then you get opportunity to become a finance minister. Because you are not a principled person, you change your stance, unilateral decision, saying that the government has no money. What does it mean? I don't understand that language.
That's what he said to you.
Yeah, no, I have the video here. He was hosted on PMS for the very day the 2026 budget was read.
Right.
And your colleague Evans Mensah asked him a very emphatic, categorical question that what has become the payment of? We didn't see it in the budget. And when I should marry whatever that he said that government will not pay because government does not have money. And I don't understand that statement, government does not have money. I don't understand.
When there's an allocation.
And he said that government cannot keep on using the taxpayer as a punching bag. I don't know. If Ghanaian taxpayers, they are living in Australia and the victims are living in Ghana, and the Australian people are bringing their taxpaying to pay, we are the taxpayers. So if you use the taxpayers' money to solve the taxpayers' problem, what is your problem?
So for me, what is and that's where we'd have to get some response from SEC also on this, because if according to their own statement they made a statement that 1 point, so where was the rest of the money?
In fact, this money that we are talking about was captured in budget 2, mid-year 2025 budget 2.
I remember that. And
Honorable Adams, who was the then finance minister, did a press conference on it. That the president has directed the finance ministry to release 1.5 billion to be paid to the victims of financial cleanup exercise. But just to come to know that it was just a lip service to Ghanaians.
After you wrote the letter seeking audience from the president, did anybody reach out? Have you had the opportunity to do so?
In fact, we have written a lot of letters, but we have written 3 key letters.
Okay.
The first letter to the finance ministry, when we realized that the appropriation bill, they say, did not capture the 8 billion that was set in the budget of 2025. We wrote to him to come clear, to let us know the position of government on our matter. That letter was dated, I think, around July or August. But the finance minister, excuse me for my words, they don't have the courtesy to respond to the letter and the subsequent follow-ups that we made.
You had no follow-up?
No response from the finance ministry. So, lead up to the 2026 budget, we wrote to the chief of staff,
right,
asking him to prompt the finance minister to include our portion in the upcoming budget. That's the 2026 budget. And the Jubilee House wrote to the finance ministry, citing our letter, asking the finance minister to cooperate in our demand in the coming budget, and we were copied. But the finance minister did not listen to the Jubilee House. He just went ahead, presented the budget without any portion for us. And it was then that he came out to say that the government will not pay that amount. Then we said, okay, after all, the finance minister, we didn't vote for the finance minister, and he didn't make any promises to us. So let's step forward right to the president. We wrote to the president dated November 21st, 2025, and we have done a couple of follow-ups. We have not gotten any responses from the Jubilee House nor the office of the president. Meanwhile, you made a categorical promise, an emphatic promise. But we are still giving the president benefit of doubt. Maybe out of his busy schedule, it has been oversight. We are using this platform to serve him a reminder that the dying people, by which condition he made the promise, as long as they are dying bed, some are there, some as long as they are dying bed, hoping that he will come out to fulfill his promise.
Right. So I just had to look for that interview you talked about, and quoting the finance minister, he says that the money must come from somewhere. Tell me, am I going to stop paying for school feeding? Am I going to stop paying capitation grants? Because the money must come from somewhere. In fact, we do not even have the money to do that. This is what he said.
Yes.
In the interview. Can you not cut him some slack that there are a lot of other things also, that needs attention in terms of money allocations or budgetary allocations to them? And so, but I also get the point about the promise that was made.
No. I've always described this statement from the finance minister to be very backward on his part. Let me tell you. You see, we don't want to go back. Okay. But should we go back, we will all realize that the problem of the financial sector was supervised under his regime as the deputy finance minister.
Okay.
Because latest investigation was done in 2015, 2016, and those reports are still available, indicating that the financial sector is sinking. And who was the deputy finance minister? It was Atoforsen. You supervise this mess. In the attempt to remedy the situation, you gave money to some individual bank owners and financial institution owners in the likes of the Atu ACN and those, and these people just squandered the money without using it for the purpose for which it was given. So that was the only attempt you tried to do to solve the problem. You gave money to individual bank owners without bringing in any measures that will guide them to manage their money. So he supervised that rot. He shouldn't behave as if he came to inherit a problem that he has no idea of, and he's making a decision whether he will solve it or he will not solve it. It is incumbent on his integrity to solve this problem. He has no option to say, I have no money. The money doesn't belong to him. We are the taxpayers. And if monies are used to solve taxpayers' problem, there's no problem. So he shouldn't come at all. If we are to go back, we will realize that all this mess was started under the regime of President Mahama and Atoforsen in 2015, 2016. So this is what they caused. And if they have come, we don't want to go back pointing fingers. We are looking at solution. But the way and manner he's speaking, if we should dig up document and things, we will realize that this problem, this mess was caused by them. It is just that the previous government, in an attempt to solve the problem, also exploited the situation to their advantage. And come to think of it, what Ora and whatever people said, who has asked the question that what was the billions of Ghana cedis that the previous government claimed to have used to solve the problem? What was the money used for? If those money had been paid to the customers or the victims, we wouldn't be sitting down here. So someone must answer all these questions.
Okay.
And in his statement, he also said that government had no business in taking liabilities for private-owned businesses and whatever. He's describing these financial institutions as private-owned businesses. Who licensed those private-owned businesses? Who gave them licenses? Who regulated them? You gave them a set of rules to operate in. So if they have flouted, you are asking we, the customers, to go after them. Who has the mandate to go after these financial institutions owners?
Okay, so Charles Nyame is the convener for the aggrieved customers of the Gold Coast Fund Management. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the way forward. What's next? Are they going to be picketing again? What would they be doing? Stay with us. This is Good Afternoon, Ghana.
Hello, hello. This is your boy, Savior the Voice Trumpeter. I'm inviting all the embassies and everyone to Cook Africa on AU Day on the 23rd of May 2026 at 9 a.m. prompt. See you there.
Every Thursday morning, the spirit of the school come alive. From the marching bands to the dining halls, the fear and the panic stories, the convoys to old students' pride, to unforgettable homecoming moments. Metro TV brings you the school's homecoming show live. Relive the glory, celebrate the legacies, reconnect with the memories that shape legends like you. The celebrations, the anniversaries, the homecoming activities, and the legacy projects that you embark in your school. The Metro TV School's Homecoming Show comes to you every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live on Metro TV. This is the School's Homecoming Show live on Metro TV.
Welcome back from the break. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. We're having a conversation with Charles Nyami. He's convener for the aggrieved customers of Gold Coast Fund Management. And we know that, as we all know, that the company was collapsed in 2019 by the government following some issues with regulatory breaches. And the primary owner of the fund management, Papa Kwesi Indum, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom, has always said that government is to be blamed for the fund's collapse because the government owed some monies and a lot of issues, and that got them into liquidity issues and all of that. So there were, as we have mentioned, the previous government put in some measures with the reforms to try and find a solution to this. As we've established in 2020, the first amount of 50,000 that was capped was given out to the aggrieved customers, and then SEC by a statement, as we've seen in 2024, that 1.5 billion cedis had been released for the payment of the monies to the aggrieved customers. 700 million was first paid in August 2024. In October and December of 2024, 400 million cedis each was supposed to be disbursed, and that did not happen. According to the group, they've been sending out messages, they've been writing letters to the finance minister, to the ministry, and as Charles was saying earlier, he's not been happy with the way the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kesio Atuforsen, has handled the issue, referencing an interview where the finance minister mentioned that there's no money to pay the aggrieved customers, also just opposing that to a promise by the President, John Dramani Mahama, that in this first year he voted into power, that should be 2025 last year, he would make sure that this issue is resolved and the aggrieved customers do get their monies, but that has not happened. So, Charles, you've gone on with how disappointed you are with the finance minister. You say that he's not principled because when he was in opposition, he was fighting for you. But now that he is in that capacity as finance minister, you're not exactly seeing any pathway, any roadmap to get your monies back. What are you doing next? Because you've done picketing, you've written letters, all of these things. What's your next move?
In fact, thank you. Before I communicate my next move, I want to plead with a senior comrade within the NDC that, you see, this borders on the integrity of the sitting president, President John Dramani Mahama, and that of the party, because he said that I pledged on behalf of the NDC, and all of them seated at that meeting were happy, they were clapping, they were hailing him making that promise. And now, failing to pay, it means that the president has failed us and the NDC party too has failed us with its promise. These are some of the things that was done by the previous president that has cost his party. Maybe President Mahama, I said maybe President Mahama may think he's not coming to seek for our mandate again, but his party would. And it borders on his integrity where he will leave the party. So we are pleading with him with all urgency that he should come out clear for us to know his position. If he has changed his mind from the pledge that he gave, he should let us know so that we can also know how to approach the situation. But you said we have done a lot of picketings and what have you. It was as a result of those picketings and demonstration that necessitated the then government to make all those payments, all those payments that they made. But we were a bit liberal with this government because we believe that the president himself had promised and he would do. But looking at we doing already 16 months and nothing is seen, and looking at what the finance minister is saying, we are just giving the president the space between now and the time that the mid-year budget of 2026 will be read, which presumably will be in the month of July. Within this space, they may choose to come out to say nothing, but let us see something in the budget, and let's see a workable solution from the budget addressing the issue, paying customers. If we do not see, we will resort to our previous style, because as it is always say, the only language Ghanaian politicians understood very well is through protest, and we will do that.
You're going to hit back on the streets.
Oh, we will do things that will give the government bad image internationally and locally. Yes, we will do that, and we know how to do it. And he knows how. He knows that we know how to do it. He knows that we know how to do it. And we pray that we don't get to that level because we don't enjoy doing that.
Okay.
We pray that we don't, because you see, these old ladies bringing them on the streets, walking in the sun, going to sleep at the finance ministry for about 3 days, international media capturing all these footages, does not help the image of the country. And we don't enjoy doing that. But
now your hands are tied?
If we are forced to do that, we will do. Because the ordinary Ghanaian cannot be shortchanged.
Okay. Charles Nyame, thank you very much for coming. And we're hoping that after this conversation and the renewal of the call for the finance minister to look into your issue, we'll see how that goes. Charles Nyame is he's the convener for the aggrieved customers of the Gold Coast Fund Management. And just so you know, also we're talking about GN Bank earlier. There was a ruling earlier this morning about that. So let me share that with you. That there was a ruling earlier. I just want to read a bit of that and then we'll continue the conversation. So it says that the Court of Appeal has restored the license of GN Bank Savings and Loans. We'll definitely bring you more of that subsequently. Stay with us. My name is Desmond Okrekudan. So for more news, log on to our website, www.metrotvonline.com. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.
Cook Africa, Cook Africa, Cook Africa on AU Day. My name is Marcel, a typical Beninese, live in Ghana. I'm inviting all the Beninese or non-Beninese, I'm inviting all of you on the 23rd May at Metro TV at 9 a.m. sharp. I'm inviting all of you to come and then we enjoy jengple, a typical Benin food, which we use the similar ingredients as a jollof, the same ingredient we use for jengple, but this time around we add basil to it because that one is a different aroma we are looking for. That's why we add those extra spices to it to get what we really want. I'm inviting all of you to come and join. Mes chers amis, je vous invite, venez massivement, on va célébrer AU Day.